2018 Ssangyong Tivoli XLV Review. The good points of Ssangyong Tivoli XLV. Larger boot than standard Tivoli. Smarter new front bumper. Huge standard specification. Manual or auto, 2- and 4-wheel drive. The bad points of Ssangyong Tivoli XLV. No petrol engine. Same passenger space as Tivoli. Not a fun-filled drive. Diesel engine quite noisy. At least among the elements with the Ssangyong Tivoli XLV's name should sound familiar, even though you're at the bit of a loss what it really collectively describes. More than 3,300 Tivoli SUVs found homes through 2015, the primary year that it was available, so it's obvious why Sangyong's UK distributor am keen due to this larger version to transport the recognizable Tivoli name, unlike Korea where it's simply badged XLV. It could be easiest to think about it as an estate version from the standard car. There's more metal behind the trunk wheels, adding 245 mm long and 50 kg in weight. As a result, you have a 720-liter boot up from 423 liters, trumping the two Hyundai Tucson and Kia Sportage, which both appear much wider than the XLV inside the flesh. One engine, the other trim level. Unlike the normal Tivoli range, the Tivoli XLV is available in one trim level, the very best spec ELX, which comes full of standard kit including heated leather seats, keyless entry and begin, sat-nav along with a rear-view camera. Your only engine option's a 1.6-liter diesel, but a minimum of there's an alternative between front and four-wheel drive, and manual and automatic gearboxes. In fact, one and only thing missing with this longer, more practical Ssangyong is really a pair of extra seats. The Korean manufacturer contemplated making the XLV a 7-seater, but decided that the back bench would not be comfortable enough. Will still it tow my caravan? Ssangyong understands its popularity while using UK tow bar fraternity, so relax knowing the 1,500 kg brake trailer capacity is carried over through the Tivoli. With a considerably larger boot, though, you need to be able to comfortably pack your camping essentials, and, in accordance with the marketing pictures, a surfboard, snowboard, or set of folding bicycles. Otherwise it's business as usual, which has a comfortable cabin set with equipment plus a good, if unexciting driving experience. The verdict. The Ssangyong Tivoli XLV adds a huge dose of practicality for the versatile Tivoli. While there's no longer passenger room put together by tacking on extra bodywork, size increases and boot space are welcome, and definitely will no doubt attract growing families. It's unexciting to push, but it's frugal and punchy, all of which will suit most buyers' needs down on the ground. The appeal lies from the fact you will get manual, automatic, front and four-wheel drive in every combination you would like. See if this should be with your shopping list by watching the whole Ssangyong Tivoli XLV review. 1.6 diesel affords the power. It's not the fastest, but nevertheless punchy. Choice of drive and gearboxes. There's even less choice here compared to standard Tivoli, with just the main one engine, single 6-liter diesel. It suits greater Tivoli XLV well, though, and gives a suitable quantity of power. How does the Tivoli's diesel engine perform? You obtain the same 1.6-liter unit through the standard Tivoli SUV lineup, detailed with 115 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque. Performance figures are exactly the same across the board, both transmissions and 2- and 4-wheel drive, with 0.62 mph taking 12.0 seconds. The Tivoli XLV feels quick over Mark plus town. It's sprightly enough. There's a small lack of power at low revs prior to a turbocharger's boost begins, though, which can catch you out of trouble on uphill sections where you should drop a gear or two. Gearboxes. The 6-speed automatic box is best solution because of this problem, as it's quicker to uncover when a timely downshift is essential and find the best gear than you'll be able to with the manual yourself. It does often hold onto gears for just a bit too much time when you've got your foot down, though, the place that the engine is in its noisiest. If you're a greater portion of a relaxed driver, that makes sense within the XLV, then your auto feels well suited on the car's nature. A 6-speed manual box is standard and mimics the lighting control weights felt elsewhere inside the cabin. The gear lever is heavily sprung and positive to utilize, so there's no penalty in refinement if adhering to this cheaper option. Majors on comfort over handling. Quite lots of body roll to handle. Grip levels are fantastic, though. Like the Tivoli SUV, the XLV majors on ease of use, so don't expect you'll be entertained behind the wheel within the same way you should in a Mazda CX-3, as an example. There are 3 steering modes to pick from: Comfort, Normal and Sport. These ramp up the resistance from twirlable to weighty. The first of those makes light work of in-town maneuvers, nevertheless for everything else normal mode will work. Extra metal in the back wheels means there's a reasonable bit of body roll, which soon becomes the limiting factor towards the amount of speed you may comfortably complete a corner. That means grip isn't an issue, particularly four-wheel drive cars which hold on for the road with impressive tenacity. However, a the Tivoli XLV feels practical at lower speeds. Cabin lifted directly from Tivoli. Solid build generally. Choice of leather colors and trim. Much just like the Ssangyong Tivoli SUV, fans on the brand will hardly recognize the plush interior that awaits them inside XLV, especially in contrast to Sangyongs of old. The materials, generally, are solid, with a few questionable plastics in places you're rarely destined to be touching, but thanks to an alternative of colors for that interior, it's a great place in which to shell out time. The driver's seat is done in leather and features 2 amounts of heating, just like the passengers and rear seats, and it's also height adjustable and comfy to sit in for any long journey. In front of you is often a well laid out and quite stylish looking list of instruments which might be easy to watch. We also much like the new woven patterned inserts within the door cards. Some buttons are oddly located. The heated seat switches are certainly low around the center console, along with the heating controls comprise a sea of small, thin buttons, but otherwise it's all an easy task to navigate. The standard TomTom sat-nav is apparent and simple to set up, although 7-inch screen could do with to be a little more responsive, and slightly brighter, but overall the infotainment technique is simple and very easy to make use of. Comfort levels are good within the XLV. Good driving position. Suspension slightly firm, but comfy. With nearly all Tivoli XLV buyers gonna be families, comfort is the spot that the XLV would need to do well. Luckily, it doesn't disappoint. There's a lot of space for all, inside, front and back, plus a smooth ride quality that levels out lumpy roads. The kids will just like the higher view out from the windows, and mom and dad will enjoy that there's a huge level of storage for everyone, kinds of things that come with family life. These conveniences assist with all buyers though, that has a set of very comfortable leather seats beforehand offering a good amount of adjustment, so it's simple for almost anyone to have settled inside XLV. It's not Mercedes-Benz class good, but it's certainly acceptable and means the Tivoli XLV will make a superb long-distance companion. There's a dose of wind noise, along with the diesel engine is noisy when really pushed, but inside Tivoli XLV's natural limits you'll chose the cabin a nice place to be. Only one trim level available. ELX spec is incredibly well specified. Few options keep it simplistic. The SsangYong Tivoli XLV will depend on the top spec version in the Tivoli SUV called ELX, so you recruit a huge kit list. Standard SsangYong Tivoli XLV SUV equipment. Let's start using the seats, which might be leather at all times, much like the steering wheel and gear knob, and heated in both front and a corner. The driver receives a height adjuster too. There are chrome interior door handles and stainless steel kick plates from the front doors, and privacy glass in the back. Gadget-wise, there is usually a keyless start button plus automatic headlamps and wipers, cruise control plus a 7-inch touchscreen entertainment system. This includes iPod Bluetooth connectivity plus a TomTom Satnav system, but no DAB radio. The rear view camera is displayed on this screen, plus you will find front and rear parking sensors. The instrument cluster has 6 color options and you will find 3 steering modes available: Comfort, Normal and Sport, each adding more weight for the wheel. Door mirrors fold automatically after you lock your vehicle and are electrically operated and heated too, plus you obtain dual-zone automatic climate control. Outside you get back and front LED daytime running lights, rear spoiler with LED stoplight, front fog lights and 18-inch diamond-cut alloy wheels. You also get many safety equipment as standard, including autonomous emergency braking, lane departure warning and lane keep assist. Optional SsangYong Tivoli XLV SUV accessories. Not a great deal to mention here. You can find several interior color packs to look at plus a smaller spare wheel to improve the number of boot space you will get, but since the standard equipment list is indeed comprehensive, you've got the basics covered anyway. Good safety credentials. 4 stars from Euro NCAP. Safety kit combined with kit tally. Based on how the off-the-shelf Tivoli performed, the XLV was awarded 3 stars for safety by Euro NCAP. However, ever since the XLV was published it's been updated using a new safety pack that throws in a few driver assistance tech. This includes autonomous emergency braking, lane departure warning, lane keep assist and traffic sign recognition, which may have contributed to its 4-star safety rating. There's also the normal suite of safety equipment as standard. You get dual front airbags, plus side curtain plus a driver's knee airbag. Other items include front seatbelt pretensioners, electronic stability program, active rollover protection, ABS with electronic brake force distribution, and doors that automatically lock once you're on the go. Space is really a SsangYong strong suit. Longer body means more room. Plenty of storage throughout. Space and practicality is on the list of SsangYong Tivoli XLV's regions of focus, and again it hits the nail on the head. The 1,500 kilograms maximum towing capacity through the SUV remains, needed for SsangYong's burgeoning caravan hauling fan base. Of course, the important news here's the enlarged boot, with 576 liters 1,440 in the event you drop the spine seats of boot space. That's usefully larger as opposed to Tivoli's 423 liters. It's also more versus the Hyundai Tucson and Kia Sportage, key rivals through the Tivoli XLV's market. Pick a full-size spare wheel high isn't quite as much space, but it's still comfortably greater than offerings such as Nissan Juke and Renault Capture, which often can cost a comparable amount to buy. There are also lots of different storage options dotted through the cabin, from netting about the back in the front seats, big door bins and sections for the signs with the boot. The extra bodywork at the back in the Tivoli calls it larger, but overall it's not only a huge difference, and it's still precisely the same width, which supports with maneuvering in tight spaces out. Where you choose to do notice the extra bulk is the place where reversing to park, as you find some chunky pillars to cope with, plus corners when the auto rolls quite noticeably. These small issues aside, the Tivoli XLV feels very much like the off-the-shelf Tivoli. SsangYong markets the Tivoli XLV as being a car using a 720-liter boot, which looks like a very generous quantity of space over a normal Tivoli. However, that figure is measuring it towards the roof. In reality, many people don't fill their boots to your roof, rather the parcel shelf, and this point the boot is 576 liters in capacity. If you need to extend it, it's easily produced by lowering the spine seats to look at up an overall of 1,440 liters. The boot also features some handy hooks and cubby holes, as well like a variable height boot floor, so it will be even more flexible.